You probably had the experience of wanting to get something done, but just not doing it. Procrastination seems to be this universal struggle for, well, everybody, but especially for people like you and me who want to spend our time doing something more, achieving something more. Like, think about it. 99% of people, like 99% of everybody, especially my age, would be sitting there playing video games or watching TikTok or like scrolling on Instagram. But you're sitting here learning about procrastination. That is awesome. And I have good news for you. Recently, I have really broken through, like these past few months, I've really broken through a barrier in my own productivity and really beaten my own procrastination to a level that I didn't think I could. Because I went from uploading once every 2 weeks on this channel to uploading basically every single day. And yeah, sorry. And I think I found the number one reason for low productivity and for procrastination. And I don't think it's what you think it is. I don't think, yeah, that's right. That makes sense. Okay. And if you watch this to the end, if you understand the point of the story I'm about to tell you, then I think you can make the same breakthrough in your own productivity that I have made. And I really hope that I can somehow like transfer that to you because it's been awesome. I've been making so much progress. Okay. It's a few years ago and I am 16 years old. I am brand spanking new at self-improvement and entrepreneurship, and I want to be the next Elon Musk. I'm ready for people to start giving me money essentially. And I've set up my very own dropshipping store, and I'm sitting there like obsessing about like the title details and like setting up all the different pages and like the sales copy, which is like the sales text. And I'm sitting there obsessing over the very unimpressive statistics of the page. I am putting the final touches on the sales page, and I'm ready for the money to start rolling in. I'm ready for people to start giving me money for my crappy like Chinese product. And the first day goes by and nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. A few days go by, a week, and nothing happens. But then for the next month, absolutely nothing happens either. I hope I got you there. And I'm frantically trying to like make little headline tweaks and like change up like these like tiny things to hopefully get it to work, but nothing is working. So I get discouraged. After like a month, I move on to something called SMMA, which is basically making an agency where you hire somebody else to do advertising for somebody. It was like the big like fad of the internet at that point. And then I moved on to trying freelancing because I thought, I don't know. And eventually I landed on YouTube and I did one thing differently. That one thing is really what made such a big difference for my productivity because I didn't get anything done. I got no results. I made no progress. And I was sick and tired of it because I was working hard. I was working as hard as I could. But I just couldn't crack it. I couldn't figure out how to get it done. And my main realization was that only a fraction of the work that we could do actually matters in the long run. You can do a ton of ego work and you can work for 12 hours per day that way. You can go and like check emails and like networking on Instagram, and you can go like go and plan a ton. but none of that actually moves the bar. So this comes down to basically the 80-20 rule. What is the one task? So basically ask yourself this question. What is the one task? Like, what is the 20% of the work I'm doing that gives me 80% of the results? And then you go do that. Another way to put it would be, if you could only work for 1 hour per day on your project, what would you do? What would you do to still make progress? And you would go, if you're on YouTube, you would go, well, I would record, or I don't know, like, but basically choose the one most important task, and then you double down on that. For me, it was recording. I realized editing was actually slowing me down massively, and I don't have any aspirations of ever becoming a good editor. It doesn't interest me, and I realized I would much rather get better at this aspect of it, get so good at this aspect of it that somebody else would want to come in and edit the videos for me, and we would build up a team like that. That makes so much more sense for me. So that is what the focus is, and that's why I've done sorry. That's why I've done sorry. That is why I've done a video a day for these past 3 months. That's how I've ended up with over 100 videos on my channel and with very few subscribers to show for it, but apologize. Okay. Well, that is why I chose to make a video every single day. And basically, I realized that doing recording was the number one priority for me, because if I do decide to record and I get really good at that, then I can outsource everything else. But me being on camera, me doing this part, is the one thing that cannot be outsourced. This is the one thing I'm always going to want to do. It is also going to translate into just speaking with everyday people. It's going to translate to speaking on stage eventually, and it's going to translate to podcasts, and being able to show up and being able to speak is such a valuable skill that I want to develop. And I want to try to give you a new framework for how to do this. How do I focus on just these few things? How do I bunker down and be this focused? Because there's so many things that feel important that I should be doing. So I have 2 models for you. And the first one is the 3-way time split between profession, obsession, and then decompression. Your profession is basically what makes your world go around. That's what you do. That is, for most people, going to be their school, 9 to 5, or their business if they're at that stage. For me, school has taken up the profession portion of this. Then we have obsession, which is the thing that they apply themselves to really try to move it forward. And it could be stuff like a side hustle, or going to the gym, or doing a sport. The reason why I put them together is that I genuinely think you're going to be hard pressed to go to school, build a side hustle, and also go to the gym or do a sport at the same time. I'm not going to the gym right now. Right now, my focus is doing this and becoming better at this and getting a lot of reps. Then after that, from April, because I plan 3 months at a time, I'm going back to the gym. I'm going to be focusing on the gym, and then I'm going to speak whenever I have something to say, and go and really focus on putting out more high quality videos each and every time. That's going to be the priority, and I think that's going to be an awesome stage. basically doing this model of having a profession and an obsession that you're allowed to like obsess over. It just makes it so much easier for you to cut to the bone, because it's like, oh, but I want to start this new business idea, or I want to like abandon the YouTube channel in favor, like I want to go and like try building an Instagram or TikTok or Twitter. No, you can do that in 3 months. You can do that when you're done with this chapter. Right now, the focus is on doing this. So it basically just keeps you well within capacity at all times. And I really do think you should only have these two things, because the most successful people are the ones who have just two goals, but those two goals are on their mind all the time. I want you to think about either your profession or obsession when you're taking a dump, when you're like, I want your shower thoughts to be about this. This is how focused you should be. Is it just going to make you such a more lethal competitor to all the other guys, to all the other people who want the same goal that you want? And it's very important that you don't let these goals overlap. So either you're doing profession, or you're doing obsession, or you're doing decompression. And I should probably explain. Decompression is basically anything that recharges you or gives you more energy or makes your life more interesting is outside of these. So it could be doing like an easy version of working out. I do these morning workouts that are really good. That's basically just 20 minutes of me doing some kind of exercise to still hit my exercise and get the basic benefits, because it really matters a lot to me that I don't abandon that. But right now it's not the priority, so I'm making it easy so that it can fit within decompression. And going on adventures, like going for walks, going for like doing breath work, all are great decompressors. Yeah. But you don't want them to ever overlap. So you don't want to be spending time with family and then checking emails, or you don't want to be, I don't know, like writing a script while chatting with a friend, or you don't want to be at school writing a script. You see how you don't want them to overlap, is basically what I'm trying to say. And this is such a difficult discipline, and I'm working on it every day, and I slip up on this all the time, but it's really something I'm trying to get better at not letting them overlap. Okay. Okay, and then the second model is, the first one was the 3-way split. Now we want 3-month sprints. So basically you want to combine it with the last model, and you want to go for 3 months at a time. So basically you have 4 of these chapters. I like to call them chapters. You have 4 chapters of 3 months in a year. And you go, okay, for this chapter, my profession, obsession, and decompression is school, YouTube, and like decompression. For the next one, it could be school, working out, and school and working out. And you go and you can change it out, And I really like this model because it's kind of the best of two worlds, because first off, you get to plan for short enough amounts of time that you can actually make a plan that's reasonable. Because when you plan for an entire year, you have no idea what's going to happen within the year. And basically, whenever you're setting goals, you might set goals for like, for the first 3 months, you might want to just earn like your first $100 online. Well, now you set the goal for the first 3 months. Then you're gonna continue setting goals, and you might say like the next $1,000, and then continue going. But what if you don't hit your first goal? Now every goal after that has also fallen apart. So just planning for 3 months at a time. Sorry, man. So just planning for 3 months at a time can be very powerful. Powerful because it's such a short time horizon that you can actually set reasonable goals and actually be sure you're going to achieve them. Well, not sure, but you're not gonna break your entire plan by not achieving it. And at the same time, it's also helping you be less sporadic, because whenever you're getting an idea to like, I should start doing Instagram, or I should, I don't know, like start on TikTok, or I should build this business idea I have. You can do it you can do it next month, or you can do it in the next chapter. But right now you're doing this. That is such a powerful thing to be able to tell yourself, because I've always been so sporadic. You can tell that from my story. I was trying dropshipping, then I was trying like an agency, and then I was doing freelancing until I landed on YouTube. You don't want that. You want to be consistent. If you want to get anything, it's not going to happen in the first month. Okay. Now we want to I have like an autistic action step guide for you to go and apply this model. So basically, first off, find out, like, go into the calendar and find out how long do I have left of this 12-week year, of this chapter. So you go and you find out, if you're about right now, you have about a month left of this 12-week year. And then you go and you think, okay, you want to go and fit them into the year. So you're just gonna be hopping into like the very end of a 12-week year, a 12-week year right now. Then you go and you list out each project that you're currently working on, just in your head. Just go, okay, I have a school, it's a pretty big one. I'm working on YouTube, I'm going to the gym, and just continue going like that. And I really want to drive home that you should actually do this, because most of you are just gonna think like, yeah, I'll do it later. I'll do it later, but actually try and do this, okay? And then ask yourself, if you have school, just one. So if I could only do one of those, which one would I rather do right now? Really go and think like, which one is the most important right now? Otherwise, it's just going to be too much, and you're going to be beyond capacity all the time and not actually making the progress you want to be making. And then, based on that one project, make a becoming statement that you're going to try to live by within this chapter. So for me, for this one, it's becoming an excellent speaker. That is what that is like the focus. And that means that that's what I'm practicing, and everything else kind of falls by the wayside right now. But then after this, it's going to be becoming a bodybuilder, becoming a power builder, actually. Really focus on building muscle and building power. That's going to be the next focus. That's going to be that's such an awesome thing that I get to change these directions. So make your own becoming statement. Maybe it is the gym, or maybe you just go, okay, I have exams right now, so actually becoming an excellent student would be awesome. Or I don't know, like, I really like the sport that I'm doing, becoming a boxer, an excellent boxer. Just find the one thing that you really care about, that you want to give yourself to right now. And then go and design your days to support that goal. And just try to imagine what a beautiful life you kind of get to build up when your life consists of these chapters, because you get to look back and go, oh yeah, that was the chapter where I really made a breakthrough on YouTube. Yeah, that was a chapter where I gained like 7, 8 kilos of muscle. Oh yeah, that was the chapter where I don't know, like studied really hard and then I got good grades. Something like that, because just that amount of focus means that you can go and do so much. And just on a final note, I've always found it to be a good thing to, whenever you need advice, don't look like at the latest science and stuff. Just go and look and think, well, what would my ancestors, my hunter-gatherer ancestors do? And our hunter-gatherer ancestors didn't have 30 projects. They didn't have a home renovation at the same time as trying to build a business, at the same time as having a 9 to 5, at the same time as trying to go to the gym. They didn't have this much stuff. They didn't have this complexity. So we shouldn't either. Thank you for watching.